Clive Palmer's assets frozen in win for Queensland Nickel liquidators NationalQueenslandClive PalmerBy Lucy Stone25 May 2018 to 3:49 p.m. Liquidators for Queensland Nickel have won a Supreme Court battle to have Clive Palmer's personal assets frozen. Mr. Palmer's lawyers unsuccessfully sought a 21-day stay on the order, which affects $205 million worth of his assets, and those of his companies. Clive Palmer was not in court to hear the ruling. Photo: Glenn Hunt, AAPThe. Temporary freeze, granted by Justice John Bond in the Brisbane Supreme Court on Friday afternoon, will continue until a final judgment is made on the case, or another order is granted. Under the complex orders, Mr. Palmer is also required to provide information about his assets to liquidators within a certain time frame. Mr. Palmer was not in court to hear the determination. Queensland Nickel's liquidators issued a statement on Friday afternoon saying they welcomed the judgment as it protected the creditors of the collapsed company. Mr. Palmer's lawyers made a bid for a 21-day stay on Justice Bond's orders, claiming the stay was necessary to allow them to review his reasons for ordering the freeze. Mr. Palmer's lawyers initially offered to place $200 million of mineralogy funds into a neutral account, but a few minutes later withdrew that offer after instructions from Mr. Palmer. While Clive Palmer's court woes continue, HIE has taken out billboards across Australia. This one is in the Brisbane suburb of Wollongabba. Photo: Darren, England, AAP. The explanation made was that Mr. Palmer, after having given his instructions, decided that he should get accounting advice, and until he obtained that accounting advice, decided to withdraw the offer. Justice Bond said in his final remarks. Mr. Palmer's lawyers next asked for a stay on the order until Monday at 4 p.m. to allow him to seek accounting advice. Queensland Nickel's liquidators argued that, since Justice Bond had handed down his determination, there was greater risk involved in allowing a stay on his orders since Mr. Palmer had provided no guarantee to the plaintiffs. Justice Bond said that the argument that Mr. Palmer is simply asking to be excused from the operation of the order for a 21-day period was correct. "I have by my orders formed the view that there was sufficient risk to make the orders," he said. Mr. Palmer's lawyers also sought to submit the Australian Financial Review's rich list to prove Mr. Palmer was wealthy enough to afford to pay his debts. Justice Bond refused to accept the list as evidence.